So this is what happened yesterday, or last night.
Thank you very much.
I'm actually surprised he didn't talk more shit. I was expecting him to just kind of totally go off. But, like, he was actually pretty reasonable.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
This is the one thing that a lot of people don't understand. And I think that this is the point that a lot of people get confused by, is that while Iran doesn't actively take a lot of actions directly themselves, they sponsor people who do. And they pay and they finance organizations and groups that cause these things to happen and destabilize the entire area. So they act through proxy, but at the same time, that is still them acting. Like the U.S., yeah. Well, it takes one to know one. I mean, again, don't think that I want, do you want a war to be a fair fight? I don't. I don't. That's scary. Why would somebody want a war to be a fair fight? I mean, this isn't fucking Smash Brothers. You know, think about it. It's crazy. Yeah, you don't want that at all.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Ooh.
Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years...
So he did talk a little bit of shit, to be fair. That's a little bit... He going in a little bit about it.
Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious they coordinated this entire thing with Israel. Yeah, I mean, yeah, duh.
And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the...
I'm not sure about the obliterate part. Let's see the damage. You're not going to see the damage because Iran's never going to show it to you. They're not going to show it to you. Again, use the logic. Does the military and the governmental apparatus that literally can't even keep itself alive have the ability to hide nuclear enrichment facilities from the United States and also from Israeli intelligence? You really think that they could do that?
Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be...
I do want to say that it is kind of surprising to me that none of this got leaked. Nothing went wrong. I mean, again, they did accomplish what they were trying to do flawlessly. You could say maybe it didn't work, right? But, what they tried to do, they did it.
Either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is Israel not part of the Middle East? And that was it. That's the whole speech. Damn, so it was 4 minutes. Yeah, bro, I thought we were going to have another one of the fucking I don't get enough credit, died like a dog, sitting there talking shit. But no, he just went over there and said it, you know?
He died like a coward. He was whimpering, screaming, and crying. And frankly, I think it's something that should be brought out so that his followers and
he wants to post the kill cam.
All of these young kids that want to leave various countries, including the United States, they should see how he died. He didn't die a hero. He died a coward. Crying, whimpering, screaming, and bringing 3 kids with him to die, certain death. And he knew the tunnel had no end. I mean, it was a closed end. They call it a closed end tunnel. Not a good place to be.
So
Died like a dog.
Before you made the announcement that you're
I've been looking for him for 3 years. I've been looking for him. I started getting some very positive feedback about a month ago. And we had some
died. This is from a while ago, right? But I thought it was going to be another speech like that, where like this is going to be like a 1-hour glazing session for himself, talking about how good him and everybody else that was on, that was his friend, basically was good with this. But yeah, there it is, al-Baghdadi. Yeah, exactly. And let's see if I find this. Hope Trump does more to domestic issues now. Well, I hope so too. I absolutely do. Would you agree that there's some world order, secret society stuff happening that really has nothing to do with the nukes, but the control of resources and control on other levels? I mean, I'm sure that obviously that they're going to work to try to do things and back channel to do things that are in their best interest. I mean, obviously that's what's going to happen. I mean, I'd be surprised if they didn't do that. I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, of course that's what's going to happen. So let's see. I'll look at a few more of these. Do you see what Trump said about Obama starting a war in Iran? Yeah, I did. Again, Trump saying any of that stuff, again, this is Reddit logic. Because Trump said starting a war in Iran was bad a while ago, that means that Trump shouldn't start a war in Iran now. Or actually, by the way, not even start a war, just bomb the nuclear facilities of Iran. It's just, again, it's Reddit logic. There's no reason to even think about it or to engage it because it's not being done in any degree of good faith. Geopolitics, 100% interest. Yeah, feelings and moral only for dumb masses. Yeah, I guess so. But why a lot of Americans take Iran's threat seriously when they can barely launch missiles to Israel, much less mainland U.S.? Because they're a destabilizing force that has money to fund people that cause problems. I mean, just basically, right? I mean, that's not even including the fact that, like, and also they did hit Israel a number of times. It was not very impressive, but it did happen. This is what the president of Israel said.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace.
Yep.
And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump,
he's so happy. You can tell he's so happy it's happened.
Thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you.
Yeah.
God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Well, there it is. And so that's it. What if Russia lends a nuke to Iran? Well, then I don't know. Maybe we can give a nuke to Ukraine. Like, what would they do? What would they do if we did that? If we gave nuclear bombs to Ukraine, how would that go? Yeah, I don't think that would be very good for them, would it? So yeah, they're not going to do that. It's not going to happen. It's crazy. And so World War III, yeah, exactly. There's no way that they're going to do that because they know that it's a bad decision. Now they might say that. I mean, of course they're going to say that. But and you even have, bro. Remember Mike Pence roached out on Trump in 2020. Remember that? And people are real mad at him. Even he said it was a good call. So that was kind of surprising for me to see in general. And Iran uses Russian missile defense systems. Yeah, but sending them a nuke is a totally different situation, right? And yeah, can't spell World War III without W, boys. God bless America. Yeah, I guess so. Day and night difference of how Israel gives full credit to USA as opposed to Ukraine not even thanking the USA. Well, I mean, it's because it was our bombers. I mean, to be fair, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, as I said, it was very, very disappointing we didn't get this one.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden.
Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead.
The United States launched a targeted operation against that compound.
Oh, man.
They did a lot of shooting, and they did a lot of blasting, even not going through the front door. You know, you think you go through the door. If you're a normal person, you say, knock, knock, may I come in?
After a firefight, they killed Osama bin Laden and took custody of his body.
He died like a dog.
But his death does not mark the end of our effort.
A beautiful dog. A talented dog.
We give thanks for the men who carried out this
How
operation.
the fuck was this shit real?
And I don't get any credit for this, but that's okay. I never do. But here we are.
May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
And I'm writing a book. I think I wrote 12 books. All did very well.
The United States...
Oh, man. How does this shit happen, man? Yeah, it was so fucking funny. Best post interview? Yes, I know. It was insane. And now Iran will target the U.S. military bases in Kuwait. Your thoughts? So you think they're going to target the U.S. military bases? They can't even make their missiles go over to Iran. They can't, Israel. They can't even control their own fucking country. Like, they're getting all of their their missile ballistic systems get destroyed constantly. Really, again, good luck. Yeah, good luck. And also, by the way, and this is the problem I think a lot of people like that have, is that you think that Iran would have never initiated any degree of hostility towards the United States in the future, even if we didn't do this. Even though they have a history of doing this for years. Years and years and years they've been doing this. But we're supposed to pretend like, oh, wow, well, that's not going to happen. Of course it is. Yeah, they're trying to be recognized, get recognized like a talisman. Yeah, you said good luck to the Taliban as well. Well, I don't know about that. And our military is positioned and prepared to deal with any retaliation. Yeah, I mean, obviously. And I think that's probably the reason why he didn't go harder on them, is that he's hoping that if you just do one singular show of force, because again, like the Iranian government, like the guys that are running the government, the ones that are still alive, that is, they know what actually happened. They probably have a general idea of like what was actually destroyed and what wasn't. I think that his plan, Trump's plan, is to show such overwhelming force that they are just completely overwhelmed and they surrender. Like that's I think that's pretty much what the plan is. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know, right? But the more bombs like that happen, the higher the probability is that it does. So yeah, Iran attacking the U.S. equals free NATO. Yeah, I don't think Trump has a plan, to be honest. You say you don't think Trump has a plan, but at the same time, there were no leaks for this coming out. This was war gamed ever since like 2 years ago or a year ago with the Biden administration. They had already planned this out ahead of time. This wasn't even Trump's plan to begin with. So yeah, he has a plan. Yeah, Israel's plan. Somebody's got a fucking plan, right? Somebody over there does. It obviously happened.